happy to say I'm ending it with the people that are here now, and it's a real blessed moment. For the next 3 or 4 years, I'll be attending University of Georgia.
Alright, what's going on YouTube? Hayden here. Today we're back with a brand new video. Took a couple day break for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, but now we're going to be back on our regular schedule that I was having before Christmas Eve hit. Back to trying to upload every day or every other day, something like that. Trying to get on a little bit of a schedule here with these videos. Hope everybody enjoyed their time with their friends and family on this Christmas and throughout the holiday season. Got New Year's coming up here soon, so hope everybody enjoys time with that as well. Before we hop into the video, make sure to hit the like button if you do enjoy the video. It really helps out the channel. Hit the red subscribe button down below. Hit the post notification bell to know when I post content on this channel. Comment down below what you think of the video and everything like that. Check out the links in the description down below. Social media, Discord, all that will be down below in the description box, and some other video suggestions that you may like if you do enjoy this video if you're new to the channel. If you're here for the highlights for Jermaine Burton, I'll have a timestamp on the screen right now. So if you just want to check out the highlights and don't want to listen to the breakdown or what I have to say about him, you can go ahead and do that. Alright, so let's hop into this. So today we have another UGA commit or signee breakdown. We're going to be doing our second receiver from this class out of the 4. Today we have Jermaine Burton, the 6-foot wide receiver, weighs 190 pounds, and played for Calabasas High School in Calabasas, California. He is a 4-star prospect according to 247's rankings, where he ranks 52nd nationally and is top 10 for his position and top 10 in the state of California. Jermaine is a flip from LSU. We actually flipped him on the National Signing Day on December 18th, where he was originally a hard commit to LSU, and he ended up flipping to Georgia and signing to play at the University of Georgia. He actually had an interesting high school career where he played for a lot of schools and was going around the country a lot. So it all started where he was a freshman at Hateville Charter High School, which is located in Atlanta, where he played his freshman season of football there. Then he went on to play at IMG Academy in his sophomore year, which is located in Florida. And then for his junior season, he went to Marietta. So he came back to Georgia and was going to play for Marietta. But if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure there was something with the transfer rules where he would have to sit out. So he ended up going to Calabasas, all the way in California, where he played his junior and senior seasons there at Calabasas High School. So the man's been around the U.S., going from Georgia to Florida, and then all the way across the country to California. So I say all of that to say that he has come back to his hometown and to his home state in Georgia, and will be playing at the University of Georgia. So with all that said, we can get into Jermaine as a player and what he can do and produce on the football field. Before we hop into a little bit of a report about him, we can talk about his results from the opening regional and opening finals, where he had a 4.43 40, 3.95 shuttle. He had a 39-inch vertical. Pretty solid numbers right there. Jermaine's a super fast player, as you see in that 40 is a 4.43. 247 actually has him compared to Jarvis Landry, who is a wide receiver for the Cleveland Browns. And to get into Jermaine as a football player and as a wide receiver, he's a super tough and physical player who seems to play with an edge, likes to, I guess you would quote unquote say, bully the opposing corners, and he plays tough football against these cornerbacks from the wide receiver position. As I was talking about, the dude is he's got a lot of speed on him, but he also has the size and the hands to go along with this speed, which is a great package to have. If you can be decently tall at 6 foot, which is not bad for a receiver, not be the tallest thing in the world like a 6'3" or a 6'4", but to be 6 foot, have a 4.43 40 like he does, have the hands to make the catches in the traffic, having that package right there can get you a long way. And Jermaine, the dude has crazy athleticism, so he's what you would call the true definition of a playmaker on the football field. Or not only does he play receiver, he's able to actually, he's a special teams guy. He's a kick returner, punt returner, so he gets to use his speed there in the open field on kick returns and things like that. He can also be used on like sweep plays and end arounds, or he can be used kind of like as a running back a little bit, where he can like I said, get on the edges and get into the open field where he can outrun people. So Burton as a player, he's very versatile, as you can use him in a lot of places. He can play just about anywhere on the football field. He can line up just about anywhere on the football field as a receiver. I like how Georgia in this 2020 class, when it comes to receivers, they're getting guys with different abilities. We talked about Marcus Rosemy as a kind of a pure possession kind of guy, like a Lawrence Cager type build. We haven't talked about Arian Smith, but he's like a track star, a dude who can probably play like a slot receiver. He's a really quick player. He could probably also be used in something like a special teams, like we're talking about with Jermaine here. And then we got Justin Robinson. So we got a bunch of guys who with different skills and different assets that they can bring to the Georgia football team. So I'm really liking this wide receiver class right here. But I say that to mention with Marcus Rosemy, he's a possession receiver who doesn't really get much yards after catch. But when you watch Jermaine's tape, he's able to get these catches in traffic and still find a way to outrun the corners. He's a guy who can be the playmaker for you and be that speed guy, but he can also go up and get you a ball and catch a ball in traffic. And a lot of people are really high on Jermaine. They think he's probably the best receiver in this Georgia class. People think he's one of the better receivers in the class in general. I'm really high on Jermaine. I think he's going to be a guy who can come in here and be able to contribute early on this football team along with Marcus. I think we'll have a fun special teams, as Kirby's going to have a lot of options back there for the kick returner and punt returner spots. Because we're going to have a guy like Dominic Blaylock, who was a pretty solid returner for us last season. And we're going to be bringing in the likes of Jermaine Burton, Arian Smith, and we still have the guy like Demetrius Robertson on the team. Those four guys right there are going to be probably competing for the kick returner, punt returner spots. So that'll be pretty fun to watch right there. We can get into the stats here a little bit with Jermaine. I was not able to find his senior season stats. I looked everywhere, but I was able to find his freshman, sophomore, and junior season stats. So as a freshman at Hateville Charter, he was able to get 15 catches for 361 yards, 2 touchdowns in only 7 games. So not bad stuff there from his freshman season. Then as a sophomore at IMG Academy, he was able to get 14 catches, 332 yards, 3 touchdowns in 7 games as well there. But then his junior season, his first season at Calabasas, is where he absolutely went off. And he ended up with 40 catches for 863 yards, 14 touchdowns, averaging 21 yards a reception. He was able to play in all 12 games, which according to the stats, it looked like he wasn't able to play. He only played in 7 games each, and as a freshman and a sophomore. So in a full complete season, he absolutely tore it up at his first season in Calabasas. Like I said, I wasn't able to find his junior or his senior season stuff, but it seems to be that he actually had a really good senior year, because he's one of the 10 finalists for the Los Angeles Football Offensive Player of the Year. So it seems to me that he had a pretty solid senior campaign. So yeah, that's everything I really have for Jermaine Burton here today. Really interesting prospect, a guy who kind of has it all in the football field, can do a lot of things, and can bring a lot to this football team. So with that said, it's time for the highlights, and it's been Hayden. I'll see you guys next time. Enjoy the highlights. Peace out, everybody.